Woo, baby boy. Okay, guys, it's Beagle. I'm back. We are watching Sea of Thieves television. You can tell that this is not edited, okay? Because look at my clock, 10:51. We've got the live chat. They've been live for 4 minutes and 14 seconds. I've been waiting for this day. They've got 1,700 people watching it. So we are recording this live. We're going to give you our raw, uncut, unfiltered opinion on the adventure update and the season 8 announcement. I can't wait. I don't really care too much about the adventure, not gonna lie, but the season 8 announcement, dude, I have been looking forward to this game. Last night I participated in some Sea of Vengeance practice scrim, so it wasn't sanctioned by Sea of Vengeance, but just bringing back that competitive in the PvP, like it made me excited again. Okay, because y'all know I've been addicted to Grounded recently, but man, am I excited for season 8. All right, let's dive in. They're going. Woo!
Welcome. Climb aboard in an orderly fashion.
Everybody be quiet. All right, let's maximize this. We're not pausing. We're not doing anything. We're in for the ride, okay? We're in for the ride.
Furry companions in the
I don't know what that was.
compartments. Remember, keep an eye on any treasure you may have brought with you. In the event this vessel submerges, watch your step as you wander the nearest road and paddle a safe distance away.
Let's see. Yeah, the volume's good. Okay, we're good.
Be warned. The tales that will unfold will push you to the limits of your imagination. And your courage.
It's beginning.
And if you spot any suspicious
I don't know what that was either.
Please report them to our crew.
I'm so excited, dude.
Through the ancient ruins that hold long forgotten riches, to the deepest depths that shroud the pirate lord's fiercest foes.
Flameheart, come on, baby.
You are about to embark on a voyage that will take you through the very heart of the Sea of Thieves. Welcome to the Sea of Thieves television network.
Come on, baby. Tell me something good about wow. Uh-oh. Hashtag mutegate. Muted. Hashtag mutegate. They're muted. My God.
Pirates the chance to change the Sea of Thieves forever. And we started, as these stories so often do, with a seemingly tranquil scene.
Just to show you, no one is immune. No one is immune to tech issues.
Where there are always
You saw that here.
new stories to tell.
Live. Oh, are they recapping all the stories?
But like the turning of the tide, all of that could change. I can feel it in my bones. Evil is stirring. The Sea of Thieves is once again under threat.
Yep, this is where the fog creeps in.
Flameheart seeks to regain his power. We must do all that we can to weather this storm. Only together can we protect what we all hold dear.
This is neat, being able to go back and kind of see where all the adventures had been prior. This is actually really cool.
I'll handle this.
With Golden Sands abandoned and scarred from battle, and an ominous fog shrouding the islands of the Sea of Thieves, pirates had to uncover the mystery of events past and battle fearsome phantoms.
That was a cool one.
This, of course, was only the beginning, and the disappearance of the denizens of Golden Sands led us into our next adventure, Forts of the Forgotten.
This is, oh my God, when Sea Forts launched. I was not expecting to like Sea Forts as much as I did, and I really enjoyed that update.
So, who are they?
I don't know.
Well, how long do we need to hold them here?
I don't know.
So, why are we holding them?
Listen, we are officers of the Spanish fleet. We do what Flameheart demands. That was the deal. You know that.
You mean the giant head in the sky?
Not anymore, he's not. And besides, you know what would happen if we were to disobey. There are many different ways to put someone in a cage. You should just keep going.
Darth Vader.
Sir.
This one. Bring her.
So cool, man. Oh, love it. Love
Trapped
it.
within Flameheart
That was fun.
Sea
That was
Forts,
really fun.
The denizens of Golden Sands were counting on you to rescue them. But as you all sharpened your cutlasses and lay siege to these forts of
Also,
the Forgotten,
really sick
something
Conquer
was
shirt,
stirring
dude.
in the deep.
Mother Buzzer, the Bad Fur Day. Oh my god, it makes me want to replay Conquers real bad.
Telling me what does and doesn't exist. Oh, show 'em.
There was someone who did a really funny edit of this, where when the dagger goes down, the crab dies.
The shrouded ghost.
They like cut it at the right time.
Of course.
It's so funny.
It moves between the worlds.
This update, or this adventure was, I think, where Belle got introduced. She like flies out of the water. Oh yeah, this this one. This is so dumb. That was so dumb.
Merrick.
Merrick.
Just
It's
the
so
man I've been
it's
looking
very Disney, man.
Let's go.
This was like, yeah. I remember my reaction to this the last time. And it's the same. Nothing has changed. Yep.
Yes, it was time to go on a meg hunt.
This
Pirates
was
had to
cool
work
though.
alongside
Oh, dude,
Belle,
getting to see
Merrick,
the
and
Shrouded
the other
Ghost.
Pirates of the Sea of Thieves to summon the Shrouded Ghost in an effort to control.
This was
a
the first
powerful
one though that
artifact
really had a
before
problem
Flameheart
with like the
Hezbollah could
PvP
get hold of it.
situation where people were
Your
just
efforts here
camping
didn't
the
go unnoticed, and the
the
servant
update,
of the flame
you know?
cast his gaze upon the ruins of Golden Sands.
The Reapers might think they've already won, but we'll show them that we don't stand for that sort of nonsense in the Sea of Thieves. We can fight back. We can rebuild Golden Sands.
Oh, yeah? And who's gonna rebuild it? You?
Well, obviously we can't do it alone. We're gonna need every brave and true pirate that calls these seas home. We need to gather as many supplies
I'm
as we
hoping that
can
the
and
adventure
bring
that we
them
just
here.
had
We'll show the Reapers
has a
we
different
don't
result
give
than
up
this one
so
did,
easily.
because obviously we all know that Merrick won. This was a really dope transition. I remember this cutscene. This was sick. Flying down to Reapers. Ah, that's good. That's really good. This is really like nice. This is a very nice recap. It's really cool to see the story all together.
So, they think they can just rebuild. We must act swiftly. They cannot be allowed to restore Golden Sands.
It is
We
also
will
easy to
call
lose
more
perspective,
pirates
you
to
know?
our banners,
Like, this story is pretty
and
epic.
all will tremble
Having it
before the
piecemealed
might
kind of
the
is like
flame.
anticlimactic because you have to wait so long between the pieces. Seeing this all together, though, it's really neat how this story and lore is unfolding live. Like, it is objectively cool. I just wish it was paced differently.
The fate of Golden
But the way they're
Sands
doing
was
it
now
and
in
you actually
your
play it,
hands.
I
You can either
understand, you
secure
know?
vital supplies to help Merrick restore the stricken outpost, or you could ally with the Servant of the Flame to ensure that it remained ruined. Golden Sands was of course saved, and the effects of your efforts are now starting to come to fruition. But following his triumph at Golden Sands, the veteran sailor Merrick suddenly and mysteriously disappeared.
Yep, he got.
Even now, my pirate legends sing the stones. An ancient
You know what I mean?
power, great and terrible.
There's something I need you to do. Merrick, will you help me?
You trusting fool. Your adventures end here.
Merrick!
This adventure actually was pretty sad. When you go talk to Merrick's wife.
You all right, mate? You know I seen a ghost. Ferry's this way, mate. In case you didn't know.
I guess we're gonna find out today whether he stays in the ferry of the damned, or the land of the damned, or the living.
Make sure you hold that ferry for me, friend. We've got one more passenger here. Or you could just sit there and spend some more time.
How was Shelly down there though? Like Shelly is not a
me,
ghost.
though. I'm headed back to the land of the living.
Well, well. It would seem that our friend has delivered, just as we planned.
Dude, that's sick.
Not so fast, tomboy. You're not going anywhere.
Fucking Duke. How is he also touching a ghost?
Personal, Merrick, but you have information that we need.
And you're going to tell us everything.
I forgot that we got to see what her
Merrick
face looked
was
like.
trapped
That's
in the sea
fucking
of the
dope,
damned,
dude.
held hostage by the Dark Brethren. It was up to pirates to investigate his disappearance and uncover who was behind this heinous act. Amaranta was unmasked as Merrick's killer, though she escaped to the Sea of the Damned. And so now, with Merrick held captive by the Dark Brethren, how long would it be until they got the information they were looking for?
I keep looking at his shirt during all these cutscenes.
Huh?
Hello, my little friend. What are you doing here?
You want me to have a drink? Oh no, I couldn't.
I actually didn't see this yet.
Besides, that's
I didn't watch this. I didn't do
blow
this
your head
adventure.
Clean off. I'm sorry, friend.
But I don't understand.
I think that it was trying to warn you that I was coming. Though I'm not sure what's more pathetic. That it thought it could help you, or that you have a crab for a friend. Come now, Merrick. You're making this much harder than it needs to be. Just tell us what we need to know, and this can all end.
I ain't telling you nothing.
Is that so?
You think just because you wear that mask that I can't see what you really are? I fought monsters before, and I wasn't afraid then. So if you think you're getting anything from me, you're wrong.
Well, I'm glad to see that death hasn't dampened your spirits. But
Fucking
I
Duke,
killed
man.
you once before, Merrick.
See, like, I
And
want
believe
Flameheart back,
me
but I
when
don't like
say
Duke.
That I have no
So it's like a...
problem with tearing your soul apart, piece by piece.
You do realize they'll come here to save him?
Of course. And I'd very much like to see them try.
The arena. Yeah, I
It was
didn't
time to
do a
bring
hunter's
Merrick
cry.
home. Pirates had to travel to the Sea of the Damned and confront the Dark Brethren.
Or no.
By solving puzzles to scale
I did do this one. I just missed the trailer, I guess.
pirates managed to free Merrick from his captives. Though instead of returning
This one
to
was
the
the
Sea of
one with
Thieves,
the real PvP issue. I remember going in there and helping people against TDMers because I was wanting to TDM, so I was fighting the people who were fighting people who didn't want to fight. So I was kind of protecting people, but still getting my fill of like TDM. I was being a savior, but I was still getting my fill. That was actually, I remember that adventure now. That was fun.
Careful, little one.
Ooh. Come on, internet. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing this to me, internet. Okay, there we go.
Nothing in this place should be trusted blindly. But there is truth here. I can sense it. And the time of resurrection shall be foretold by one reborn as the herald of the flame. No. Pirate courage alone is no longer enough, but true allies are hard to come by out here.
I think this is the one I missed.
Will be high. I think perhaps it's time for us to take a dive.
There were powerful secrets to uncover far below the waves in the Sunken Kingdom. Pirates would have to explore the Siren Shrines, recover artifacts, and fight alongside
I did this one. I did this one too. I
And
remember
all
the mini
while, in
chest.
The Devil's Roar,
I remember the mini
prophecy
chest.
was beginning to be fulfilled.
Trying to remember which one I didn't do. I actually missed this one, which I was actually excited as hell about. This is the one I missed because I didn't get Flameheart's jacket. Yeah. I'm kind of bummed about that, looking back on it. I wanted to do it. I didn't make time. I was really into Grounded at the time. Still am, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Man, I'm bummed I didn't get that jacket.
Poor souls who did conspire to seal away his boundless fire shall find themselves upon the pyre. While all the world is burning. It's time.
With Bell now sure that the prophecy was coming to pass, pirates had to go on the trail of Stitcher Jim, unearth the truth, and stop the ritual. Stitcher Jim may have met his end as the Herald of the Flame, but the prophesized return of Captain Flameheart was far from over.
I was so sure we'd won. I never imagined the sacrifices some would be willing to make in the name of their king. The prophecy had come to pass. The return of Captain Flameheart was now...
Now this adventure was
We thought
sick.
if we performed the ritual ourselves, we could summon Flameheart, then bind him. Banish his spirit beyond all reach. But try as we might, our efforts were in vain. And so, as the one responsible for Flameheart's return, it was time to make a sacrifice of my own.
Wait, no!
Now the souls of 2 pirates hang in the balance, but only one can make it back to the Sea of Thieves. Me or Captain Flameheart?
Let's go, Flameheart!
The choice is yours.
Oh God, I want to find out. I want to find out.
2 souls now hang in the balance, and only one can make it back to the Sea of Thieves. For the last 2
I did my part,
it's
by the
been
way.
up to you
I did a
to
lot
fight
of
for
these
your
forts,
side.
and I did
you
all
join with
Reapers. I did not
Pendragon and
get
Bell
a
in
single
the hopes of banishing
Pendragon
Captain
one.
Flameheart?
Not a single one. I
Or
will
did
not
you
have those
side
sales,
with
and
the
I'll prove it.
Servant of the Flame in his efforts to resurrect Flameheart and have him return to take back control of the seas? The choice was yours, and we're almost ready to reveal the results. Whatever the outcome
Come on,
of
bruh.
your efforts, one thing is for sure: the Sea of Thieves will be changed forever.
Come on, man. Don't leave me.
Hello everyone, I am John McFarlane, Head of Creator Engagement here
Okay,
at Rare, and
okay.
this is
What's up,
the
Joe?
Return of the Damned results and Season 8 reveal stream. It's quite a mouthful, but what you're getting is 2 streams in one because we're being super generous today.
Let's go!
So I'm going to run you through what to expect from the stream. We'll start off with the Adventure 9 stuff, so we're going to chat a bit about Lost Sands, which was the previous decision point that we had back in May, and we're going to give you a sneak peek at some of the stuff that's coming in the next few weeks and how the world is changing there.
Come on, don't
We're going to talk a little bit about
look.
adventures and where we are and how we got to where we are. Then we're going to have a chat with Hitbo, TC, and Behaving Beardly, who are going to be on as opposing sides to this this adventure here. Then is the moment you've all really been waiting for, which is the reveal of who is going to be banished to the Sea of the Damned. Then we're going to take a look at some data. And I know we all love data, and we all love numbers, so we're going to take a look at some data from your play sessions to see how you played throughout this adventure, and then get some reactions from our creators there. And then after that, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're on to Season 8 stuff, which is super easy, and Beardly back onto the stream, and we'll get their reactions, and then we're going to take some of your questions from the chat. So get chatting in there. If you have questions, once you see that content update trailer, use hashtag Season 8, and Joe beside me here is going to be watching that chat as it goes down. You can use Twitch or YouTube or Twitter, and
I'll pick
that
from as many places as I can.
As many places as we can. But I'm sure you just saw, if you tuned in before there, we had a video just recapping what was happening between Adventures 1 and 9, showing a catch-up there. If you want to get caught up with all that lore. If you're out of sync with
Someone is breathing into the mic.
Right now, we're going to dive straight in.
And it's not me, look.
We're going to meet some of the motley crew that we have on the other side of me here, facing me. So, here we have Joe Neat, executive producer.
Should I say something? Hello.
See, it ain't me.
Yeah,
all right, someone's breathing into that mic.
And everything, and then they go and go off the screen. It's really cool. Oh, I didn't time it more.
We've got Mike Chapman.
Who is breathing that heavy, bro?
Joined by Andy Preston, who designed it. And we've got on my side here Joe Clifford, who is senior community.
Who is breathing? Oh my God!
You can't see me there, but
I can't listen to anything. All I can hear is the breathing.
So, without any further ado, we're going to jump straight into Golden Sands. So that was the last decision point. I know everyone tuned in to reveal about this one, but we're going to go back a little because there's been a lot of stuff happening there. So that was back in May, and the community had to choose either whether to save Golden Sands or ruin Golden Sands, and much to the dismay of Joe.
It's literally all I can hear.
The chagrin.
We did triumph, and Golden Sands was saved. So
who? It sounds like someone's sleeping, bro.
For how the world has changed moving forward, what is the decision point, mate? What is changing?
Are we talking about Lost Sands now?
Lost Sands.
For Lost Sands specifically. So again, that was all about, Merrick being the hero, stepping in to save a beloved location. I mean, Golden Sands is, I speak to a lot of their players in the community. It's one of their favourite outposts. But this was really a battle between, I guess, the forces of good in the Sea of Thieves, represented by Pirate Lord and by extension Merrick and Bell. And then, of course, our ultimate bad guy, which is Captain Flameheart, but really centering that battle around this beloved location, this this pirate paradise in the Sea of Thieves. So it's really about this battle for this territory of this location. It's really thrown me off, by the way. I might just embrace it. But when we planned this out, and we saw this kind of feedback in the community around the only way to drive meaningful change was to kind of abandon Golden Sands. And in our plans, we had these quite elaborate kind of branching paths laid out in terms of what Golden Sands would become, whether it was saved or it was ruined. And I know we're going to show a little bit later in terms of, because of that decision that players made to save Golden Sands and ultimately Merrick and the pirate side winning, what that now means for Golden Sands. And there's some big changes coming, and some of our players might have seen some little clues in the world, but it's going to mean meaningful things for the future of the game.
Yeah. I think we can probably see a little bit of it now, if we've got that there. But there are, So can we talk through? Oh, that's we can probably see a little bit of that now if we can get that up on screen about some of the changes that we think are going to happen there. Like, what can players expect to see over time?
So this kind of battle for this territory in the Sea of Thieves. I mean, we said, when it first played out back in the live stream, which was what is the Pirate Lord going to do now? Now that his side has won and this attack has been foiled, what does it mean for the future of Golden Sands? And as players will see on the screen here, what the big change that's coming is that Golden Sands is no longer going to be an outpost. Golden Sands is going to be our first pirate port in the Sea of Thieves. We always talked about the idea of the Golden Age is still to come. And through these adventures and these decision points, players are going to start to see this play out in real time with these big changes coming to the world. And this is the first time we've done this, but this is this location just fundamentally changing. This is obviously work in progress. This is a little jump ahead to what's coming later in the year. And it is work in progress, but our team is so passionate about this because it gives the location just such a different feel. So being here, walking around, seeing the tavern is different, seeing all the shops are different. It feels so different. You've never seen anything like this in Sea of Thieves before. So just so excited to see this roll out in the coming months.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Joe, when it comes to planning this stuff out,
the breathing though, it's still there, man.
Like, we went into this not as Mike was saying, there's a kind of difference between us just having predetermined outcomes.
Who is it?
Both sides of this,
oh my god,
so
it's literally driving me nuts,
scheduling that into how we work. Is there we don't start work on the port prior to this, right?
Who is breathing into their mic?
I love to think that you think I know the level of detail.
I think it's the guy on the end, dude.
Yeah, but like Mike said earlier, we have two parts very much planned out, right? And we want to do something where we can quickly start seeing progress, but then we know things are going to build up over time, like you see with the port itself, right? But we have to be sensible as well, kind of with that, right? Because going and building two parts completely and then kind of junking one and throwing it away wouldn't be the most sensible thing to do. But we want to absolutely make sure that players' choice is really reflected in a kind of meaningful and kind of powerful way, right? And a permanent way into the Sea of Thieves, which is what we love about these decision points. So so we
I think it is
two parts kind of planned out and what could potentially happen, and then we have to go lean into one, but based on whether the decision was right or the decision was wrong. But it's really cool to be able to do that, right? It's so exciting to have that opportunity and to listen and to not know, right? To have to plan. It's really unique. It's something we haven't done before. It's just really exciting.
Honestly, I haven't heard anything they've said in the last 3 minutes. I'm just looking for the person.
It's amazing to see how that's going to come together and to see, like you say, how our world is.
All right, I try to refocus, man. ADD is rough, dude. ADD is rough.
Place now compared to what it was, right? And what it's going to become. So,
and then Joe, Joe to my right, Joe. What have we seen around the kind of what's been popping up in the community, some of that community sentiment around Golden Sands and the changes that are there so far.
Maybe it's someone off mic who just fell asleep with the mic in their face.
And then brewing is expressed throughout, and they're like, I'm going to Golden Sands now, I'm going to go and have a little look. And the theories of what's coming, because up until this point, it's only been a little bit of wall over here and a little bit of something over here. And they're now seeing the consequences of that choice that they made, and they're really running with it. And I've just seen chat absolutely having a moment as they can see where we're going with it. They're absolutely having a nice little hype moment over it.
Let's look at chat. Let's look at chat.
Points, and they really grasp onto them. We saw when we announced Return of the Damned that they all wanted to choose their side right away. They were all choosing their faction right away, and they all want to show their allegiance in the game of who they're going to side with.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Return of the Damned. I think that's a kind of good segue into some of the questions we can go from here, because I think kind of setting the expectations of the type of changes and the scale of changes we expect from that, and obviously the time scale that those are on. Joe, can you tell, first of all, like we'll kind of slightly reset in that if people are joining in here, Return of the Damned is the first thing they're seeing, they've joined in for the decision.
It's definitely not the end. It's definitely not the end, because he just coughed while the breathing is still going on.
Now that we've kind of like 9 adventures in, are they working exactly as we expect?
Breathe in. It's Chapman.
Yeah. So, obviously we switched to seasons, I think the year before, right? And we had that kind of regular release of seasons where we wanted to evolve the game, bring in new mechanics, bring in kind of new features and just new ways to play within Sea of Thieves. And we really saw opportunities within that to give people regular kind of cool things to do, basically, in the kind of interim between seasons, but also really leaning into the growing lore and the growing story kind of within our world and that world changing and evolving. And so allowing players to kind of be a part of that and to see that kind of happen and see it play out, but also then to be able to influence that at the certain points with the decisions, like just felt like a really cool way to kind of a really cool thing to layer in on top of what we were already doing as part of Sea of Thieves. And not obviously as we go through this, there's loads we can learn. So we're always learning, always looking at feedback on every adventure, whether it's how we're implementing them or what the kind of different types and styles are of gameplay and the story and everything. Right, all of those kind of things we take a lot of
like words are being said.
We had a big session.
And I cannot.
We were kind of
I just can't.
Lots of post-its on a board, right, and going through all of the different perspectives. And that will kind of fold into almost like the next.
Someone in the comments, please tell me what happened.
Continue to iterate and grow.
Yeah, and that actually leans very good into my next question for you, Mike, which is some of those learnings, if we apply them directly to the kind of decision points, what we saw with Lost Sands versus what we're doing with Return of the Damned, I mean, they're very
It's almost like it's off camera, though.
Can you talk us through some of the learnings, basically, from the last one?
Yeah, well, I think as Joe was saying there, the story kind of comes first, and then we think about what's the right gameplay to suit that story. That goes for the adventures and also the decision point adventures. And I think
it's not Chapman, because I hear it now.
Looking at
Who
how
is
players
it?
engage with that. I think the big thing was ensuring that the gameplay felt equal on both sides. Where we'd Lost Sands, for some players, it might have felt a little bit kind of like asynchronous in terms of like how it was balanced, and we tried to avoid that as much as possible. But when it came to the adventure everyone's been playing, Return of the Damned, it felt like setting it around that territory control, where it's literally two sides.
Who is it, bro? Because I've confirmed
really
it is not
clear in terms of what you need to do, whether you're playing for the Reapers or whether you're playing for Bell and the Pirate Lord. That was probably the big takeaway from it, and I think that's probably a big thing that you'll see apply to future decisions.
Who is breathing, bro?
Why do you think this decision point, in terms of lore, is so important?
I think, well, quickly going back to Lost Sands, I think the idea of fighting for a physical place within the world that means so much for our players, especially for players that have been with us for so long, where those streets are well trodden, exploring that outpost, it means so much to people. So that made a lot of sense. But for the next one, I mean, we teased earlier in the year it was going to be a big decision for players to make, and I think that's because you really cut into the heart of good versus evil.
I missed it.
Thieves, or these different visions for the pirate's life.
Someone just breathed in really heavy.
Honor amongst crew, and that being how you should adventure in this world, where Flameheart just wants power. He wants to be the king of the Sea of Thieves. Flameheart is also a character that's been in our lore since that very first Tales from the Sea of Thieves lore book. So a lot of our storytelling, Flameheart's involvement in the Shores of Gold, the Heart of Fire Tall Tale, and obviously the Seabone Soul where Flameheart was released. We've been building to this for a long time. Is Flameheart going to come back in that skeletal form? Is he going to take that mantle and fight for himself being the king of the Sea of Thieves. And I think putting this decision in the player's hand made so much sense to us.
Is it
because
McFarlane,
everything
dude?
in our lore has really been building to this moment, so it's pretty exciting.
So talking about that, can we go around the table here and get alignments from people? I think we've already
I don't think
seen some of
so.
the things here, but like, so Andy?
I'm gonna have to go for Flameheart on this, not just because the beard's in front of me. But
I don't think it's
Andy.
Andy.
With Pendragon, we've obviously seen some tall tales with Pendragon as well. It's obviously a beloved character with the community, but I'm desperate to see Flameheart return in all his glory. So, yeah, I think Flameheart for me.
Right.
This time, it's a little bit trickier because, like, you can imagine how these two potential decisions would play out, and we've had to plan that out. So both of them are equally.
We have to listen. We have to listen
so
for each person
I think
because
I
it's
like
still
the
happening.
idea
It
that
was still happening when both of them were talking.
to save
Okay.
Pendragon. So I'll go with that predominantly, but
So we've listened.
even if
We've
it's
listened to
Flameheart,
Andy and Mike Chapman. The breathing is still there.
gonna be
If the
thrilled
breathing
to
disappears
see
for one of these people, we've figured it out. I'm so sorry that this is what it is.
It is. That's a good look.
Be more pirates.
Wonderful game.
Well,
So
I think we can guess, yeah.
I'm now Team Pendragon after that, but if that's only how he spoke. But yes, but I know I am obviously Flameheart as well, just because he has better one-liners, and he's a bit more annoying. Which is, I like to think I embody Captain Flameheart as part of the studio, with that in mind.
It's the next decision point, me or Joe. You decide who gets dumped in the first.
And Joe?
Like Mike, I struggled with this one a little bit because I'm a Reaper at heart.
So wait.
through playstyle, but Pendragon's
Was it-
been with us through so much.
No way, it's Joe.
that
Wait,
I
no
went
way, it's
for
Joe
Sword and
Neat.
Stash.
No way, Joe Neat is the one. Is the breathing one.
Just want to watch the world burn.
It's chaotic.
Yeah, if that's
Yeah.
basically.
Team Joe, that's what John is.
Team Joe. Well, we've got folks from around the table here, but we did promise we were going to get Hitbo and Beardley, because part of our
I think it is,
campaigns that
dude.
we see on
I think it is because
on
it's
our,
it's
thing
still
here
there.
is-
It wasn't there
is
when
that,
Joe Neat was talking.
We are. Oh, sorry. I get distracted by that thing. It looks so cool. I can see it on my left here. It's so shiny. Yeah. Part of the campaigns that we see across our social media are driven by our partners. And so we chose two folks from the community, two partners from the community who would embody each side. So we have Hitbo TC representing the side of Pendragon, and we have the evil Captain Flameheart represented by behaving Beardley here as well. So I think I've always wanted to do this kind of news type thing. I think we have them on the line here.
Going live now too.
Look at the transition.
That's nice.
Hello.
Let
the flames burn.
You guys. Hey.
They got animate. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're eventually.
There we go.
Hey, look at that, dude. That was a slick transition, man.
Boy, what is up?
Dang, dude.
We've got Hitbo all the way from the US of A, and we've got Beardley all the way from the deep south of the UK.
Deep south.
Aye.
The north, my
Are you
friend.
south? Deep
Smack middle of the US, baby.
It's the north. Yeah, it's the north.
Oh,
You're definitely
thanks. It's
not.
been wonderful.
In the north.
Scotland, John.
John, he's out. He picked
The
dragon.
flat cap like that. He's
Yeah.
definitely in the north.
Sorry, it's the beards. I got you mixed up with Beard again. He's in the south.
Oh no, he didn't, bro.
Why did I say that?
Oh no. Those are things that you wish you could take and just swallow.
Bro.
So, just forgetting that ever happened, we'll move straight on to the questions here. I have got one for you.
Hit me with it.
Literally, obviously. Like, why Pendragon?
I like Team Chaos, and I like Team Funny and memes. So for me, I actually thought it would be more hilarious if Team Pendragon won. It was a real simple answer for me because it would be like this scene from Indiana Jones where that sword guy comes out and then Indy just shoots the guy. Like, we've had this really big buildup for Flameheart, and then he just dies. I think would be really funny. So,
Actually, fair point. Actually, fair point. I see that. Actually, fair point.
Love it. And the same question goes straight across to you, Beardly, or Beard again. Who has it again?
What's happening, homie? 2 balls in a dream. Yeah, look, I'll stick with Beard again. It's fine. It's weird because I've got the same argument, which is I'm Team Chaos. For me, it's not about picking a side. It's about maintaining chaos. It's about maintaining power struggles, a lack of authority, a lack of control, which is obviously the most profitable time for pirates. And we are pirates. And what is a pirate if they have nothing to fight for? And also, like, I love Penny D. I actually struggled with this. I struggled with this decision for a split second. That speech in Tall Tale 5 is one of my highlights of Sea of Thieves history. But at the end of the day, I'm sick of Pendragon sticking his shiny sword where it doesn't belong.
Exactly.
Having to clean it up for him, only for him to make matters worse.
Yep.
I think it's about time we banished him to
the get his ass out. Get him out.
And maybe opened a slot for a new Captain of the Damned. Maybe Eli Slate
Get him
can
out.
take his place. I don't know. But to wrap it up, the Reapers have better cosmetics. So
it's always about the fashion.
That's debatable. The Reaper's pajamas are pretty trash.
Like, judging by your community and what you're seeing online, how do you feel your side is doing?
Well, we've won. Is it? I mean, look, honest. From I think this is the thing, and this was the thing with the Golden Sands. From a content creator perspective, it's always funnier and a lot more fun to go where the content is, to watch the world burn, destroy Golden Sands. But we are basically the tip of the iceberg. The wider community were so far behind saving Golden Sands that we got blindsided. But I'm quietly confident that's not going to happen this time. Quietly confident.
Nice. And Hitbo, do you really think this is going to be redemption for Pendragon? Like, if he gets this, if he wins here, do you think he'll get redemption? Do you think he's going to be worthy of the Sea of Thieves?
No, he's gonna mess it up again. He going. Are we going to abandon Pendragon just because he messes up like 8 times in a row? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. He'll probably mess it up again. But I'm on that side of it for sure. We should remove his sword. Give him no ability to ruin anything else. At least give the guy a chance to redeem himself, and then take the sword. Like banish him. I don't know.
Solid take. Honestly, W take.
Like have Bell take Pendragon away and like have him go get in the tavern somewhere, the Pirate Legend hideout.
That's a W take.
Love it. So while you have an open mic here, do you have anything you want to ask the folks at the table here in regards to adventures? Do you have a question? Anything that's burning?
I mean, one thing that I'd love to ask is that kind of comment that I just brought up, which just came to me now, is if Pendragon got banished, would Bell be looking for a potential new assistant? And could we come in? Eli Slate, for me, is the most underused and amazing character in Sea of Thieves. This is the guy that took on Grey Marrow single-handedly. I'd love to see him come and fight the cause against Flameheart.
I thought you were putting in your own application.
Yeah.
I thought that's where you were going with that. Is there a potential slot here for...
The only question I would have, but go ahead and answer that one. Sorry, I didn't realize. Okay, go ahead. My bad. That's just like Pendragon, messing it up.
Okay, sorry. From the truth there. So if that were to happen, Pendragon were banished. Yes, there would be. He'd be out of action for some time, and then there'd be a place to be filled. Not saying that would be Eli Slate. It could be. But yes, Bell would need new allies for sure.
Would the tale be called A Clean Slate?
Oh.
When the adventure becomes in, would it be that?
Clean shave is what it would be called.
He shaves his part.
Yeah.
It's like he's got a literal and metaphorical. It's good.
I'd Hippo.
Man, my only question is probably a bigger question to ask, but the adventures for me, like watching the beginning of the stream and just seeing all of the cinematics and then remembering all of the stories that we all went through, I would just love to be able to like replay those at one point. I know this is a crazy question. You don't have to answer. You can just say, Hippo, you son of a gun, stop it. But I'm asking it. It'd be great to be able to like go back and play adventures, maybe turn them into a tall tale or whatever. But I know for me, that'd be super fun.
No, that's a great question. That's one we've discussed on the team quite a lot. I think like the last 9 adventures have really been about, obviously we want to tell that evolving, unfolding story every month, but how we've told that story and the type of gameplay scenarios we've highlighted have deliberately been very different across those 9 adventures. Sometimes they feel very much like a tall tale, you know, Forsaken Hunter, Herald of the Flame. There's definitely ones that feel closer to a tall tale, but there's also adventures that feel more about showcasing some great sandbox gameplay, probably most recently with the territory control of Adventure 9. That's us deliberately trying to strike the right balance in terms of what an adventure can be. Like that unfolding narrative is something that we believe in, but like how we couple that in terms of going forwards is something that we're kind of looking at and reviewing. I would say never.
Oh, come on, internet. Don't do this to me, bro.
I'm saying that knowing what plans we've got for the future and where the story's going to go next. So I think we hear the feedback. We've discussed it internally. No,
come on, dude. I shouldn't be having this issue.
There's definitely been some major moments, like you say, that feel like an important part of Sea of Thieves history. So yeah, never say never. Maybe that could happen.
Yeah, cool. Specifically that Shrouded Deep one. Holy cow! Seeing that play again.
Whoa, why is my internet so slow right now?
Also,
I think that's a great of just a cool set piece, right? Like bringing players together and having that set piece of the ship, like battling this awesome sea creature. I think that could come back in several ways as part of a new story with an interesting twist on it as well.
Sweet. No, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We'll end the torment for both of you there. You just good.
Wow.
But yeah, no, thank you for joining us, and we will end the torment for you here, both like you, the audience, everyone sitting around.
Yeah. End the torment.
And Dragon and Flameheart.
I thought you meant the torment of them being on the street. I thought that I get it now.
So obviously we're gonna reveal who
do it
got banished here, but afterwards we do want you to stick around, because afterwards we're going to be
season 8. Yeah, we're sticking around. Trust me, we're good.
From what you've been doing,
we're sticking around.
Kind of cool things you've been doing within the game, and show that. But also we're going to be talking about season 8.
Yes.
And all the cool new content coming with season 8. And,
let's talk about it
next week. So this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Who do we find out? Who has been banished to the Sea of the Damned?
Please tell me they made a cinematic.
For all eternity?
Is there like a...
Let's just commit to that. I'm going to commit to that.
No, it's already gone.
So it's like, can Pendragon finally redeem himself? Or will we see the end of Captain Flameheart?
Is there a countdown?
Will we see Flameheart walk
Please tell me.
Shores
come
of the Sea
on.
of Thieves again? Will we see that happen? All your hard work has been leading to this point. It's like, but one side has worked harder than all the others.
What's chat doing? They've got to be losing their minds.
They're all raging at John specifically.
Your decision.
Come on, you mermaid.
The future of
Reel him in.
the Sea of Thieves. Roll the video.
Yes, they did a video. on, baby. Come on, Flameheart. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Fucking killing me. Oh my God, come on. Yes!
Accomplish nothing.
Yes!
The thieves shall quake at my return. Goodbye, Pendragon. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So there we have it. Flameheart has won. Pendragon has now been banished to the Sea of the Damned for all eternity. Farewell.
See you, Pendragon.
What's your thoughts? What's everyone's
Absolutely
thoughts?
wrecked, Pendragon.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Mike? How are you
I think
taking
like,
it?
I'm not sad. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think like Pendragon, one of my favourite characters. I think I totally agree with Behaving Beardly there in terms of like the impact of that character and all those emotional moments.
Yeah.
But
Flameheart.
I think
He's coming back,
Sea of
baby.
Thieves getting back Captain Flameheart in his true form is a pretty exciting prospect. So I'm happy with that.
Andy?
Very exciting. Love that video as well. The anticipation on that,
Dude, it's definitely Joe Neat. It's definitely Joe Neat, confirmed. I saw it.
Relieved and yeah, excited for the future.
The breather. We're back on the breathing, by the way.
Your level of trolling.
See, listen.
Straight into that, and then again, that was like.
I did forget it was 40 seconds. Maybe we should put my minute as I was saying it. But...
As a fan of trolling,
No, there's the breathing again.
But yes, no.
I literally can't figure out who it is, dude.
Pleased by the outcome, but no, I think it's great. Obviously, the community have spoken, and you know, and it's good that they've realised the error of their ways from the last decision point.
So before we, sorry, Joe, I forgot about you. Your reaction here, because you're sitting right next to me.
Just forgot about me.
So,
yeah, I'm excited, to be honest. I'm really excited to see where this will now go. Disappointed, yes, but we saved Golden Sands. That was, you know,
can't win them all.
One for that team, to be honest.
Sorry, Joe. I'm not with you on this.
That's it, you're 2 for 2.
I just thought I'd recover it, but I'm 2 for 2 on the losing side right now. So, but it's exciting things to see what the future will hold now. Yeah.
Sweet. So we have some of the data from how you played.
Yeah, let's hear this. I'm excited.
So we're going to chat through that. We've got this lovely, nice animation here to the side of me. So as we chat through it, I'm going to see if folks are shocked at some of these numbers.
Let's have a look.
So that's how it is. So
God, the breathing, bro. It's really distracting, man.
I mean, how many Bewitching dolls handed in? 438,488 Bewitching.
They've got to set up some noise gates on those mics.
Dolls handed in with full fort control, 17,698. These are huge numbers. Enchanted Bewitching dolls, 271,065.
That's very high.
Yeah. And then it gets even bigger. So we've got total dolls given to factions,
709,000.
Then the flags, I saw loads of these getting raised. So with the flags raised at 284,913 flags. We love numbers here. Soulflame, I feel like a bingo caller.
387,949. Jesus.
Soulflame Captain Cub. The most vulnerable fortress.
Mercy's End. Yeah, it's central.
Mercy's End. Mercy's End. Mercy's End. I came up before I got it.
It's pretty central.
Fortress.
Yeah, no one likes old Brinston. You know why? It's dismal.
Those numbers are higher than I expected. That's good. That's very
community
good.
came out in numbers, it seems.
They did. They really did.
Wow.
That's a lot of Bewitching dolls. Very cool.
It was so cool to see when I looked at the numbers on the dashboard behind it. It was like the numbers of points in either direction were in the billions. So it was absolutely crazy to see some of those numbers in the background there. So we've got the stats there, but we haven't heard from our partners. So we're going to jump over to Hitbo and Beardly here before we take this short break. So we're going to hear from Hitbo and Beardly, but we are going to jump straight over after we hear from them to the Season 8 stuff. So please stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break in between, but please stay tuned because we have got lots more to talk about with Season 8. But for now, I think we're going to do a lovely little pan over to the portraits again.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
This is really
Hello?
good. This is very well done.
Let the flame burn!
Yeah.
Prevails!
There they are.
Yes. I'm so excited for this. Like this, for me, this is just like, I'm sorry, Hitbo. I'm sorry. I mean, Hitbo didn't even care. He just wanted carnage.
I just thought it would be funny to say that I wasn't surprised, though. I'll be honest with you. I sailed the seas the last 2 weeks. I saw a lot of red lightsabers in the sky. I knew it was coming. Doesn't change it, though. I'm a pirate for life, baby. Team Athena, Flameheart, you suck.
This is coming from Hitbo, who doesn't realize there's more than just Athena chests in this game, but we'll brush past that.
As far as I can tell, there's not. I think we calculated I've stolen over 3,000 by this point. I'm just saying.
Wow. All right, boys. Stay in your portraits. I love it. Honestly, so what are your kind of final thoughts on this? And I know you're going to send us out here.
I'm just excited for the opportunity to see what's going to happen, having an actual physical fight against Flameheart.
That's going to be cool as shit.
We get like a sword fight, like an actual sword fight against Flameheart, because I think, you know, sword combat is quintessential to a pirate experience. Yep, there you go, sword lords for life. But no, I would love to have I'm just excited to fight Flameheart. I'm just excited to see what happens on a lore perspective. And and is the warrior ancient going to come into this as well? And what's going to happen there with that? I'm super excited.
I'm so glad that Flameheart's coming back. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think this will be great. I think fighting Flameheart again will be great. I think over the years we've had a really big build up for this moment. I still think it would be kind of hilarious if he just got banished right out of, like, before he even, you know, got a chance. He's just gone. All right, Flameheart, see ya. But you know, I'm excited. Overall, Sea of Thieves has an incredible lore and a deep story to it, and so I think for that, I've always been a fan of that, and I'm pretty excited to see where it goes. So it was a win-win either way. Funnier one way, but it's fine. This is fine. You win some, you learn some. You know what I mean?
On top of that, and the excitement of this, though, I'm more excited to see what's coming up now with the Season 8 trailer and what's coming up next.
Good segue, Beardly.
That was me trying to pass over to Hitbo. Hitbo, take my...
Listen, I'll be honest, I don't know how to respond. I'm very excited for Season 8, okay? Season 8 is going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
Good segue.
Hit us with that trailer. I'm going to shut up and just smack us with it. We want it. Everyone wants it.
Stay tuned, folks. Season 8 reveal coming up next.
Masterfully done.
Beautifully done.
Good segue. Okay. Close the portraits. Go over. And done. Okay, good. Man, they really do a nice job on their live stream. It is, the production quality is very high.
Go forth in my name and burn!
Oh my God! 5 minutes, bro! Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god, that's so sick. Okay, all right. We are gonna take a quick break. Okay, we're back, baby. 10 seconds. Let's go. Give me the juice. Give me the juice. Give me the seasoning juice, baby. Come on. Yeah. Yes. I don't know what that was either. Okay.
Choose your side and get ready to fight. It's time to put your skills to the test in the battle for the Sea of Thieves. Explore thrilling new locations and earn some incredible cosmetics.
Yo! Look at that fucking
cosmetic cannons and sharpen your cutlass as we explore the depths of Sea of Thieves Season 8.
Yo! Oh my god, bro. Okay.
Season 8, you'll be able to opt into on-demand PvP combat, duking it out in explosive ship battles that all take place in the shared world of adventure. You'll be fighting for one of two opposing factions, the Guardians of Fortune, who are loyal to the Pirate Lord and his allies, and the Servants of the Flame.
On-demand PvP, bro.
Flameheart and the Reaper's Bones. Crews who join either faction can choose to represent them while either going about their normal pirate business, or actively hunting and sinking ships of the opposing faction.
Dope.
And this all begins with the Hourglass of Fate, found on the captain's table of each ship.
Oh my
You
god,
and your
so it's
crew can use
opt-in,
it to
dude.
choose which faction you wish to fight for. They'll be warned. By voting to represent a faction, a crew is effectively marking themselves as ready and willing to engage in PvP combat. This means that you can be actively hunted by ships of the opposing faction. But if you want to go on the offensive and hunt opposing faction ships yourself, then look no further than the war map on the captain's table. Use it to seek out a foe, and then dive below the waves.
Oh shit. I'm 100% using the war map and diving below the waves.
As you
What?
glide through the murky waters far below, you'll scour the seas for a worthy match. You can use this time to ensure you and your ship are ready for the battle ahead.
That is so fucking cool, dude.
And once an opponent has been found, you'll ascend from the depths.
Oh my god, you actually get to see it?
And
Oh,
burst out
that
from
is
below the
so
waves.
fucking cool, dude.
The opposing faction ship will be directly ahead of you. So ready to guns.
Oh my god, I actually
And
have
let battle
butterflies.
commence.
Oh
Both you
my
and your foe
god.
will be placed within a designated battle area, which is visible on your ship's map. If you stray out of bounds, the Hourglass of Fate will start to become unstable, and you'll see a
Yes!
warning urging you to return to the fight. If you continue to leave the area, your Hourglass will be destroyed, sinking your ship.
Yes!
And your opponent will be declared victorious.
No running
Battles by
from the
sinking
battle.
opposing faction ships will
Thank
reward you
you.
in several ways. Each successful battle will make your Hourglass of Fate more valuable. So the more ships you can sink, the more gold you receive when you vote to leave the battle at an outpost.
Oh, that's
You'll
fucking
also earn
sick.
allegiance. This represents the deeds you've done on behalf of either faction, similar to the experience you earn for the trading companies. If you're able to sink multiple foes in a row without being sunk yourself, you will start to build up an allegiance streak. As the streak gets larger, so too does the allegiance you'll earn from your victories. Reaching an allegiance streak of 4 will mark you as a faction champion, and your position will be displayed on the map table for all to see.
Oh, yes,
Beating a
dude.
faction champion earns you slightly more allegiance and a lot more Hourglass value than would normally be awarded. So you can expect to find courageous crews heading your way to try their hand at sending you to the ferry.
Oh my god, that is so fucking cool.
Faction champions can also choose to hunt crews larger than their own. So if you're an ambitious solo slipper ready to prove yourself, this is the perfect way to test your mettle against some more fearsome foes. Though sinking ships isn't the only way to earn allegiance. When you bring treasure aboard a faction ship, you'll gradually increase your treasure grade. The more valuable the item you bring aboard is, the more your treasure grade will increase. And if you can successfully defend against and defeat rival faction ships while this treasure is on board, you'll earn even more allegiance for each ship sunk. When you leave the battle by voting at an outpost, your current treasure grade will increase the amount of allegiance you receive.
Holy shit.
You can even choose to sail as an
42
emissary while
grand?
also representing your faction, potentially netting even greater rewards. The higher your emissary grade, the more your Hourglass of Fate will be worth when you choose to leave your faction.
Bro,
However,
the
choosing
double
this style of
dipping.
play will make you an even more valuable target for ships from the opposing faction, so best be on your guard. With Season 8, we're also adding 2 new alignments for the captains of the Sea of Thieves. Complete the milestones to unlock new trinkets, crests,
Dope.
and other faction-themed cosmetics. And as
Dope.
you build up allegiance with one or both factions, you'll unlock some spectacular rewards for
Oh,
both
that's
sides.
sick. That
At
fucking
Allegiance level
figurehead.
100, you'll also gain access to special faction-only parts of the Athena's Fortune Tavern or the Reaper's Lair.
Oh,
So
that
long
is
as you're also
so
a
much
Pirate
cooler.
Legend or level 75 Reaper, that is.
Level
These
75?
secret areas offer a number of exclusive rewards, some of which are literally life-changing. The Guardians of Fortune will grant you the blessing of Athena's fortune.
Whoa.
Allowing you to take on the look of the various apparitions found within the Sea of Thieves.
Whoa.
And if you travel into the Reaper's Lair, far below the Reaper's hideout, you can take part in a ritual to transform your soft, fleshy body into something altogether less alive.
Oh my god.
And prove once and for all that you were indeed big-boned. Explore the Reaper's Lair further, and you'll find new characters to interact with, including the Bonesmith, who'll allow you to customize your new style with the various bits and bobs befitting a
Oh
scornful
my
skilled crew.
fucking god.
And of course, with a new season comes new rewards, with over 100
Oh my god, I'm back,
incredible
baby.
items to unlock. That includes some slick new clothing options. There's even new emissary rewards. So there's boatloads of shiny new goodies to strive for. And there's also a new plunder pass, available as an optional purchase, where you can unlock some macabre cosmetics crafted on a midnight dreary, with the Ravenwood ship set and costume.
Yeah.
Not only that, but by completing this season's plunder pass, you'll earn 1,000 ancient coins. And there's even more available.
So it
in
pays
the
for
Pirate
itself.
Emporium. From a ship fit for a king, to a costume perfect for those who are hungry for battle. There's even trinkets to celebrate the games of
Banjo
rare
Kazooie!
past. So pop on
Conquer!
in and discover what sparkling surprises lie in store. So get ready to earn allegiance for factions of fate. Uncover new rewards
Okay,
in
I am
never-before-seen locations.
I am
And
stoked.
engage in the dramatic PvP action of Sea of Thieves Season 8.
Oh my god, finally, bro. A freaking PvP update, dude.
So there we have it, folks.
Immediately back to the breathing. Did you hear the breath?
Glory.
That was my best try to make my trade impression.
Oh my
So I
god,
hope you enjoyed what we
dude.
just saw, and handily I have the people who made it sitting right across the table from me here, and we're going to ask them.
Who
some
is
questions to get
breathing,
a little
bro?
deeper
Come
dive
on.
into season 8. I don't know why. That was not John McMurtry.
That's very nice.
I thought you were John McMurtry.
It might be Andy. I'm back to Andy now. I'm back to Andy.
So, Mike, let's start off with it.
Yeah.
Give us a high level what is and why is season 8 season 8.
It's a good question. Honestly, so exciting to finally
So cool,
have
right?
players see that. I mean, we've been excited about this for so long, but obviously, Sea of Thieves is a huge game. There's so many different types of play styles, and we've been building out the world, making it richer, giving players new things to do. PvP and a focus on PvP has always been something in our minds, but we wanted to do it in adventure. We wanted to bring it to adventure in that seamless, immersive Sea of Thieves way. And there's a lot of responsibility with that. It had to be sanctioned PvP, where both sides opt in and want that experience. So we wanted to add this new way to play without adversely affecting the rest of the sandbox. But for us, the most important thing was wrapping it in that kind of immersive, playful feel that's key to Sea of Thieves when you're out there on your adventures. So all of that seamlessly transitioning.
Honestly, nailed it. It's way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
But then wrapping it in that factional role play. So bringing in the Skeleton Curse, bringing in the Ghost Curse. Some of that thinking, we kind of laid the kind of track for that early on with the kind of bringing in the Reapers. But this is really celebrating the good and the evil of the world, the Reapers and the Pirate Lord as part of these new factions. So getting to that PvP gameplay when you want it on demand.
Sweet. And Andy, I know you are super excited about this Sunday. I know this is it's been a real passion project for you.
It's Andy.
Team, right?
I just heard his breath.
Worked incredibly hard on it, and like Mike said, it was a really important update for us, and especially to try and make sure it doesn't affect what people know and love about Sea of Thieves at the minute. We didn't want
it's Andy. I'm back to Andy. It's 100% Andy.
Everything's
because I don't hear it now.
Changed and all of that's affected. We wanted players to be able to play the game as they've always loved, but also have this new opportunity.
Confirmed.
To opt
in. Confirmed.
And do
we just got
on demand against other crews. So, yeah, huge push from the team. We've also worked very closely with our partner program and our insiders as well on this. Got them in very early after we kind of done the initial conception for the kind of design vision for season 8, and then they've been a huge help for us to try and figure out the best version of the implementation. So we've had a lot of feedback from them that we've factored into this to this update to try and make it as good for players as possible.
It must have been really difficult to balance all that, right?
It was, and there's a lot of hidden challenges as well. But we've done a bunch of different stuff here. Specific, I don't know if you want to go into the details of this yet. So some of the early feedback that we got from our partners was around, obviously if you're partaking in PvP, it's high octane. There's streaks as that players are kind of earning as they do back-to-back ship fights. So it's going to be a very kind of intense experience, and we were very keen to make sure that after that experience had finished, we have a clear winner and a clear loser. And the losing crew actually gets migrated away from that sandbox session. So the winners get to stay in that sandbox, and they get to enjoy the rewards, get to repair their ship, get to go and restock for more resources before they dive into another fight or do any kind of traditional world event. And the losing team sees their ship sinking, and they migrate away onto a different server so that we can kind of ensure
freaking
that
dope.
They can have this battle, say GG, and then ultimately move away and kind of be unaffected from each other going forward.
And what do you call it internally, Andy?
Well, we pitched it as the loser tunnel.
The loser tunnel.
I did promise myself I'd never say that. If Sea of Thieves was going to have a game over screen, that's it. When you play in the arcade, you lose and you get the little game over screen, and then you move away. Yeah. You'll basically move into a new server. You'll spawn on an island facing your ship, and then you can reboard your ship. The Hourglass of Fate is just there waiting for you on the ship, so you can get straight back into a faction, dive immediately, and go back for more chaos.
But I like the way that you've kind of approached that with you're acknowledging kind of that fight is over, and now we're going to separate you and kind of send you to kind of apart from each other. I think it's really good.
We were considering not doing that, but then the winner's position, they're kind of frail after they've won. They've expended all those resources. Their ship's going to be in a bad state. Their position is known in the world, and if that crew is to just respawn in that world, they know exactly where they are. They can come straight back for them. And it didn't really feel like you'd won the fight. It just felt like you get into this kind of attrition. So that was a really important thing. That was something that came from discussing earlier with the partners. The battle bounds was something that came from our insider program. Again, we didn't have them planned, and we saw
that's really freaking
awesome,
dude.
And trying to flee from combat, and that's where the battle bounds come from.
Thank God.
So have this
really smart.
Be killed.
Way to listen, Rare.
The two teams, and one team wins and the other one loses.
This is like a bonus question while I'm thinking of here, but was there a particular feature or thing that you were developing that you were like, oh, I really kind of don't know how we're going to solve this, and then you went, I had that kind of realization moment that you were like, oh, this is cool, this is how it works. Like,
I think like the surfacing was something that was kind of like this idea, and it was like, man, wouldn't it be cool if you dived like the skeleton ships, and that's how you got into combat. And then like, we were talking about having this underwater tunnel, so whilst you're matchmaking and trying to find this crew, and we do all skill-based matchmaking inside that underwater tunnel as well to try and get you an opponent of the same ship size on an opposite faction that's around the same kind of skill rating as you. But like that emerge moment was an early idea, and it took a lot of effort to try and bring that to reality. Like Chloe did some incredible music, Guillaume did some incredible sound effects. When that boat starts pitching up, all the music starts building and building and building before you kind of collapse out of the water, and then you hear the boat like crunching as it kind of smacks the waves as it comes back down. Your opponent's straight in front of you, and it's just a fight to the death.
I think the music's different for each faction as well, isn't it?
It's so intense as well. It's some of the best music we've got in the game for me. Like the way that builds and then crescendos just as you breach the water.
Oh, I'm so excited, dude.
Powerful feeling for the crew.
The thing that I think the team's so proud of is just that it's that great new way to play, great core gameplay. Get into the gameplay that you want. If you want to get into these exciting PvP battles, you can do that. But it's got all of that storytelling and all of that immersion, like diving, being on your ship.
I agree.
Under the water.
I agree. This is a really Sea of Thieves way to do this.
It makes the world feel so rich. And I think from a gameplay perspective as well, that the moment I realised this was going to be so special was playing it. And this is not something you typically feel in Sea of Thieves, but that feeling of one more go. This is such a great short session experience where you can go straight into the game. Everybody's got access to the Hourglass.
You don't have to hunt for 2 hours to find a fight.
You can run down the jetty, board your ship,
they can't
dive
run
below the waves, and then you're going to get into a ship battle. It could play anywhere from 5 to maybe 15 minutes on average. But then, do you stay in the world? Do you go take on that skeleton fort, or go do something else, or do you just dive again straight away? So that feeling of just one more go, like getting into that track and building up your streak, it feels so good to play, but it's not at the expense of that immersive sandbox. Like if you don't want PvP, it's not going to affect you. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this ripples throughout the sandbox. And for people who want PvP, they've now got this great outlet. I'm sure we'll still see emergent PvP battles, and we're kind of catering for that. I'm sure we can talk about that with the championships and all that great gameplay. But it just connects you to the gameplay you want when you want it.
And talking about we have the kind of gameplay, and we've talked about the mechanics, but we always love to like wrap our stuff in lore, and there's some heavy, amazing lore-based stuff in this update, right? So, Mike and Andy, will pass between you. Like, where do you want to start?
I'll just start with. It's no kind of accident in terms of what adventure's just gone live and what the kind of the story and the wrapping is for Season 8. We knew that we were going to bring this battle in between the Reapers and between the Pirate Lord. So this decision point that we've just seen play out with the adventure is absolutely key to this. You've now got this idea of belonging to a faction and picking a side. So one way to look at it is this is a battle between skeletons of the Reaper's bones and the ghosts of Athena's fortune, and just that playful role play. So when that ship bursts out of the water and it's that crew of skeletons and they've customized themselves, they've changed their head, they've changed their body,
that's
they've changed
gonna be
their lower
so
body.
cool.
It just makes it feel like that. It gives it that adventure role play that we always try and wrap it into Sea of Thieves. It's not just a game mode. It's something that feels like it's got its hooks into everything about the game.
We've gone like really deep on the kind of new environments that we've built as well as part of that lore building. We kind of have these faction hideouts now, expansion to the Athena's Fortune hideout that already exists. There's like this new entrance that you can kind of get access to once you've got enough allegiance with the Pirate Lord and the Guardians of Fortune, and that's this big expansion with these kind of beautiful cutscenes where you get to meet our most beloved characters face to face, to receive those new curses. And then we've also kind of expanded the Reaper's Lair, the Reaper's Hideout, by adding the Reaper's Lair underneath it, so players will be able to have that kind of pirate legend moment, all fresh again, get to go deep into the belly of this new island and get to explore its kind of many vestiges of power. It's very, very exciting. And there's a bunch of new characters down there as well, right?
There is. I mean, I don't want to spoil it too much in terms of there was a little glimpse that we got of the scenes that when you receive these curse or this blessing, but of part of that faction. But I think they're some of the best kind of narrative moments that we've ever added. It's such a payoff to shake hands with a Pirate Lord or to receive that skeleton curse. And like the environment that Andy's talking about, the new expansion.
I'm
to the,
so excited, dude.
Fortune Hideout and the Reaper's Lair. It's, in my opinion, it's some of the best environment we've ever done. The team have knocked that absolutely out of the park. 100%. And there's a responsibility of that. I think that when we first put in the Reaper's Hideout and we had that hatch there, I think our players have often speculated, what is below the Reaper's Hideout? And we really wanted to pay that off in style. So it's like seeing this hidden world that you haven't seen before, and all these new wonderful characters like the Chronicler and the Bonesmith, just how characterful the Bonesmith is, right? And how he gives you all these new cosmetics.
It's so cool. Like,
and it's huge.
What, the Bonesmith or the environment? The environment is huge, and like, again, a bunch of that was shown on the trailer, and like when players get to pledge their allegiance to Flameheart and the Servants of the Flame, they'll get to explore it for themselves. But yeah, the Bonesmith's a new character that will be part of the Reaper's Lair, and that character will unlock all of the kind of customization for the Skeleton Curse. So we really wanted to kind of push the Skeleton Curse and not only offer a new curse, but offer ways for players to kind of customize their appearance when that curse is equipped. So when you unlock the Skeleton Curse and the flesh burns off your skin and you become part of that faction for real, you can unlock new heads for your skeleton appearance, new torsos, new lower bodies. You can even change like the bone color of your appearance as well. So there's a bunch of new kind of customization and permutations of how these crews are going to look together on the seas.
That's so sick, cool. Dude.
You can tell we're very proud.
Yeah.
This update has got a bit of everything. I think doing PvP justice in adventure was something that we wanted to do. We wanted to do it in style. I think it's got some great environment work, some of the best rewards we've ever done. Our players have often asked for that Skeleton Curse, but doing it as part of these factions with all that role play as part of this great new core way to play felt like the right thing to do. And the buzz in the studio for this, we're all so excited and can't wait to see what people think later on.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joe, I know we've kind of touched on this, but what do you think it means for the sandbox in general?
Yeah, so just before I hit that, I just wanted to say as well, I wanted to kind of chip in on kind of what the folks were saying here of the amount of work that has gone into this across so many different parts of the team, the complexity involved in this, right?
This is a crazy
building
update.
This matchmaking to new servers and with the skill-based stuff as well, like all of the complexity that's gone into this and the visuals, the audio, the gameplay, it has been an immense undertaking and, like you say, a passion project. But I think kudos to everyone involved at Rare, that has managed to kind of deliver this basically. I think they've just done an amazing job, right? And I think it's going to blow people away when it comes out. And thanks to the partners and the insiders and everyone that helped us kind of craft this too, because it's just something that I think everyone should be incredibly proud of. So I just wanted to say that because I think it really matters. I think it's just it's been so much love and energy poured into this. So what was the question? Something about how does it change the sandbox? How does it ripple out, as Mike said? Yeah. So. Well, I think that's the fascinating thing, right? Because yes, for people that are opting into this, the kind of you are ultimately you're going. You want some PvP, right? You want this kind of action, but the fact that it's taking place in the shared world means that other players can kind of see it going on, right? You can get your little crowd, you can get your little audience kind of kind of watching on, or even people can sail in and kind of engage with this, right? Like, because it's in the shared world. And so I just think the fact that we've brought this experience and it's into Sea of Thieves, it's into what already exists as a sandbox, means there's still going to be loads of that unexpected kind of nature and things that can happen as part of this. So there's still going to be really interesting stories, really interesting moments that happen as part of this, which is just, again, just what is special and testament what Sea of Thieves is and how smoothly this has been integrated into it. And I'm fascinated, first of all, to see how many people are going to go and get hundreds of wins in a row, right? Who's going to have the world record? But how's that going to go backwards?
I already thought about that too.
What other stories are we going to see as part of this coming in, right? Like, I just think it's again, just masterfully integrated as always into what Sea of Thieves is. So
I'm interested to see.
If he does say so himself.
Yeah.
I was praising you guys.
No, but honestly, I'll join in. No, but I think like Andy's been a fantastic champion for this update. I know you believed in this, right? You've been so passionate about all of this, but across the team, there's so many people to name. I mean, like Andy Finch's team, the environment team, the audio team, Guillaume, Kate, everyone's put so much love into
services
this.
and matchmaking.
Exactly. And
like everybody.
You feel the buzz on the team, right?
Yeah.
I saw like Glenn tweeting today, just so passionate about all this work that's been done, because I think because it has got a bit of everything in it. It's pulled everything across the team.
This could be the thing that brings a lot of players back to Sea of Thieves, dude.
But then all the rapping, all the environment art, all the music, like this update to me has kind of like refreshed the idea. This team is at the top of its game, and like I think we should be so proud of everyone that's worked on this update. So can't wait to see it go live.
Oh my god, I can't wait either, dude.
You said that about emergent moments. I'm just waiting for the first person who is tucked on a ship that they don't know has opted in.
That's it, right? That is it. That's it. It's just like all of the things you can't even imagine happening, right? It's like it's just going to be great. So.
And just to finish before we go over to our lovely portraits again and see Hitbo and Beardley. Andrew, you know this subject better than anyone. What are some of the highlights that you've seen the content update video a few times? What are some of the highlights for you that maybe just didn't pop up there that you're like, oh, this is a cool little thing that you might have missed or someone might miss?
I think there's a lot to take in on that trailer. It's like 8 minutes long. There's a ton of stuff in there, but I think it only really scratches the surface of how it's going to play out in the sandbox for me. Like, obviously we spoke about PvP on demand. Players that want to have combat immediately can now just jump on their ship, vote to dive, bang, they're straight into a fight, like immediately. That's a short session experience that we've wanted for so long in Sea of Thieves. I'm sure we'll continue to build on that in the future. But like, for me, like personally as a player and how I kind of see myself playing this is that longer term game of how this can become part of your everyday sessions in the Sea of Thieves sandbox. Like, you don't have to just actively go out attacking. You can defend as well. You can, vote to join the Pirate Lord, the Guardians of Fortune, and then you can just play the game as you've always played, knowing that eventually a Reaper's going to come hunting for you, and that's going to change your experience. And, the stuff that Joe and Mike have been talking about the intricacy of the design of this specific season, we've tried to ensure that everything kind of adds to that. So if you're playing as a captain, you can join a faction. There are new milestones, there are new alignments for you to go and unlock new trinkets, new rewards as a captain that are all based on the kind of PvP milestones we're showcasing in Season 8. You can play as an emissary as well.
Dude. Finally PvP milestones, dude.
For sinking ships of a rival faction. That's a quick way for them
so
to
good, because the people who are completionists who are only PvE are going to have to PvP.
Value as well. But then, like, if you're just doing world events and stacking treasure on your ship, like players play Sea of Thieves, when you get invaded by another opponent and you defend your ship with honor and you fight that ship and defeat it, you'll actually earn more allegiance for your faction based on the amount of treasure that you had on your ship. And I just love how that could play out. Like, you could be, playing aggressively, you go and attack, you dive, I face off with you, you got a ton of treasure on your ship. Let's say
you lose.
Probably wouldn't happen. Let's say I take you out. All of that treasure's there in the ocean. I can then take that treasure aboard my ship. My treasure grade will will go up, and then I've got a decision then to make. Do I want to dive, or like, you know, potentially lose that bonus, or do I want to switch and play more passively, where I, you know, continue finding more treasure, putting it aboard my ship, and wait for my next opponent to burst out of the ocean? Because if they do and I sink them, I'm gonna get loads of allegiance for that. So I just love that interplay of how you can switch
Very
between
cool.
attack and defense. I could talk forever. I'm sorry. I could talk forever about this. I've been waiting to talk about
it. That's amazing. So we are gonna cut over to our creators here. I think we're gonna try and get like Hippo and Beardly back. In the meantime, remember, if you're using the hashtag season 8 hashtag on any of our social media channels, Joe is going through and the moderators are going
collating
through
so many questions
as
right
many
now.
questions as possible here. While we see, here we go. There's those portraits. Let's hear those lovely voices again. There they are. So Beardly, what did you think?
Yes, darling. I have goosebumps. My goosebumps have goosebumps. My beard has goosebumps.
Facts.
No, honestly, I think this is gonna. I'm not just trying to like blow smoke. This is gonna be one of those moments, one of those pivot. Well, it's gonna be the pivotal moment of Sea
I
of
agree.
Thieves. We're gonna look back on this and see it as the greatest update in Sea of Thieves history. I
Yep.
am literally
100%.
shook. I am not joking.
Yep. Greatest update to ever come to the game.
Sweet mother of the whale. This is the update we wanted forever. We did it. You guys did it. This looks amazing.
Ah,
It looks
dude,
absolutely
it's like
just
so good.
Incredible. Going beneath the waves and popping out. Hey, Reapers, you can't run anymore. That's all I'm going to say. There's bounds, okay?
Yes.
There's a bound. Your
That's
ship will
exactly
blow
what I
up.
said, dude.
I'm actually excited as a
Hippo has
as
W
a native
takes.
tucker, I'm interested to see if I could tuck on a ship that had treasure on the defense, and that like an enemy. Say I'm, Team Athena, Rock, yeah, Athena. I'm tucking on a boat that's a servant of flame, getting treasure to defend, and then they get into a battle. I'm pretty sure logically, I think I could just screw them over. I think in that moment I could screw them over. Like, yeah, you didn't see this Tucker coming out. Boom, and I get legend. It's a win.
I love it. And Beardly, what about yourself? What kind of content are you thinking about, like, when you're thinking about this update?
Well, I'm already planning. I'm thinking. I love my challenges. I want to do like forget 4 sinks. I want to go 100 sinks without being sunk. This game is all about flexing. It's all about flexing cosmetics. It's all about flexing titles. I want that mark on the map. I want people, coming for us and sinking ship after ship. And what I love about this as well is it's not one of these updates where you're gonna smash through, the achievements and then be done with it. Because I think the biggest kind of struggle I have with Sea of Thieves is if you're in for a long session, you've got all these supplies, you get sunk, and you just can't be bothered restocking up your ship and getting back into it. But now, even if you've got all of it done, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna jump into the combat with another ship, and just kind of and keep the game going, if that makes sense. And it's like Mike said, it's that, just one more and a quick session, so you're not having to tie things off and leave it.
Yes, it makes the game way stickier, dude.
Amazing. And honestly, thank you so much to both of you for joining us here today on both of the streams. I'm excited to see on Tuesday what kind of content you go and create and get on. We have drops over the week that week as well. I don't know if that's been announced, but I've just announced it. We have drops on there, so there we go.
Exclamation mark drops. Everyone in the chat.
Yeah, exclamation mark drops. Everybody in the chat. We don't have it on here, so not
Don't
trying
do
at the
it
moment.
here.
Yeah, no. But we'll have drops that weekend.
Hippo is a villain, dude.
A bunch of partners who I'm sure are going to jump on and play this content, so join them on Tuesday.
Dang, I am a little sad that they're gonna put drops, but I don't care. I'm playing the update.
Launches. I'm heartbroken.
Oh. You have to do it on
the launch of season 8. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, but whatever. That's dope.
Playing on my mobile.
Oh, such a brilliant.
Just go to your local coffee shop. Coffee shop, stream it, baby.
Yeah, so you can jump on that. You can jump on your phone. We'll see how that goes.
See how many wins you can get in a row on that.
Yeah, see how many streaks you can get on that. That's a challenge.
There's the real challenge. No controller, touch screen. Let's go.
If you get one, that'll be incredible. Honestly, it'd go down in history. It'd go down in history.
Honestly, then, no, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to join us.
No, we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Much love,
We'll see you on the seas.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. And now we are over to you, Joe. You are handling this from now on. Take the reins.
So many community questions coming in. So the wonderful moderators have been compiling them across Twitch, social, Discord, and wherever else they can see questions coming in for Season 8. One of the biggest ones that we are seeing a lot is, can we get a little bit more details on the curse? Can you unlock both of them? Can I wear cosmetics with the Skelly curse? Can I change if I can only choose one of them? So people are just looking for a little bit more clarity about because it's Skelly curse, isn't it?
Finally.
So yeah, like players, it's not a permanent choice to choose and align yourself to a faction. It's something that can be done each session, and even if you sync within a session, you automatically leave your faction when you sync, so you can get on your ship and choose to fight for the opposing faction if you want. So we wanted players to be able to freely earn allegiance for the Guardians' Fortune, earn allegiance for the Servants of the Flame, be able to progress both at their own rate, however they want to choose that, jump in between the two factions and ultimately be able to unlock both curses. So that's totally something that players can do. It's fully encouraged. I can't wait to see that. I guess in terms of skeleton cosmetics, it's a brand new system that is. It's our SPG now, our Skeleton Infinite Pirate Generator. And as a result, we have created custom cosmetics for that curse specifically. So we have a number of heads, a number of torsos, a number of lower bodies, a number of bone colors. The existing cosmetics do not work with that curse. They do work with the ghost curse. That's kind of like a shader overlay that will work with any cosmetic you have. But we really wanted to push the cosmetics right with the skeletons, and that's something completely new. That we're doing.
I'll be grinding that first. I'm not going to get the ghost cursed immediately.
To create really interesting.
Of course, I don't know what it is to unlock it, but
head, torsos, lower bodies, etc. So yeah, I can't remember the third question.
So it's like a new customization tree almost for the skeleton, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Like you have with the kind of clothing cosmetics
exactly.
for when you're not cursed as the skeleton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I said, the advantage is they're really pushed.
Yeah.
So I think
they're so good as well.
When
amazing.
Davy Jones' ship comes out of the waves, and how different that crew looks, and how fantastical they look. The cool thing is that you can mix and match them. There's some great looks. So different heads, different upper bodies, different lower bodies, different bone colours, like Andy said. So you're still going to have a lot of uniqueness across players. And over time, obviously, we'll add more cosmetics there. But there's an awesome range.
There you go, chat.
To begin with, it's in many ways like captaincy. Obviously, we're adding to captaincy with this update with the 2 new alignments. That's why we didn't have PvP milestones back in Season 7. It's because we had this plan. Right? We wanted to add it with this sanctioned PvP.
Makes sense now, but that definitely hurt like the retention, in my opinion.
Factional players,
but it makes sense now.
There's so much content to get through for Season 8, but of course it's part of Sea of Thieves now, and it'll just get expanded over time.
Touching on the new factions, one of the ones that we've been seeing is there's a lot of panic that we've just upped Athena's fortune to 100. Can we just have some explanation
we would never do
of
that.
the new factions and allegiance, and that we're not going to make them go and grind out 3,000 Legends of the Veil?
So Reaper still, the cap of the Reaper's Bone is still 75. The cap of Athena's Fortune is still 30. They are unchanged. We have added the 2 new factions that players can earn allegiance for, similar to how you'd earn reputation for the trading companies that we have already in the game. So there's 2 new ways to progress there. But yeah, that allegiance is separate. That level 100 that you need to get for either the Servants of the Flame or for the Guardians of Fortune, that plus Reaper 75 or that plus Pirate Legend are the requirements to enter the hideouts and to ultimately get the curse. So
perfect. I think that helps a lot. We've had one come in a few times as well from several different platforms here from our solo sloopers that are out there. Can they fight as a solo slooper?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
that was
the
really
end.
that was really important for us, and not something we initially had, by the way. But like when we kind of got into play testing, we got into kind of 2v1 scenarios, and the skill difference of having 2 players on a sloop versus just 1 player on a sloop is vast. So we have solo sloop versus solo sloop, duo sloops, brigs, and galleon ways to play. Yes.
And players can opt to fight a larger ship should they want that challenge. Because I can see our Beardleys and our Hippos and things very much being like, we're going to go galley hunting.
Yeah, exactly. So you have like the streaks that we kind of touched on at the start, but each ship that you sink, your streak count goes up, and then you get like what's called an allegiance streak multiplier for each ship that you've sunk, kind of like the emissary grade and how that works, where the higher you push the grade, the more rewards that you can earn for sinking ships in the future.
That's really dope.
Very similar concept. So that maxes out at 4, like the multiplications, how much allegiance you can earn for sinking ships, but that cap of the streak, that's unbounded. So players can push that as far as they dare to try and get these kind of high scores across the seas. But when you hit that 4, that's when you become a champion for your faction. And that, like when you unfurl that war map on the captain's cabin table, before you're at 4, that's just like the single skull and crossbones icon. You and your crew can vote to dive. That will matchmake you against someone of the same ship size as you, same number of players on the ship. And then when you get to 4, you get a second option that appears on the war map, and that allows you to fight bigger ships than your own. So you can kind of take on that additional risk and try and take on bigger ships.
That's really good to know. That's going to be so exciting. The other one is obviously we're merging Season 8 in seamlessly with the adventure. So what happens if another ship sails into the battle area?
Other ships can sail into the battle bounds, and like Joe said, they can have these kind of intense moments. So the 2-player ships that are, invade one another, or if someone gets invaded passively, they have the battle bounds around them, but other ships can come in and become part of that fray. So you could go and back up your Reaper faction friend and try and work together to take out the Guardians of the Fortune. That can totally happen. That's part of the stories we wanted to allow players to create, right? Like in the world, we wanted to make sure we had a rich palette of stories that could happen by putting this feature into the shared world of Sea of Thieves.
And celebrate that choice that you've made in that session. It's a big reason why you've got those awesome kind of figurehead, kind of glowing effects at the front of the ship, and based on your streak, those get even more visually impressive. So, telegraphing to other players in the world your success and what you've done previously. And obviously when you reach that kind of 4 streak, you're then marked as a championship. So I wouldn't say it's going to happen every time, but we still want that chance for that emergent story to happen where you might get an unexpected ally or an unexpected opponent. But yeah, the whole being a skeleton, being a ghost, seeing those figurehead effects, it's all about celebrating and making it a really cool moment when you play this way.
Yeah, just to the champion bit as well. So if you choose to pick, like when you get a champion, if you choose to then play on like a smaller ship and go in and play and fight bigger ships, I just love the moment on the other side where you're in a galleon and you're expecting a galleon and then this little sloop pops up and you're like, oh no, because you know that person is like, they're probably pretty strong.
That shit's gonna be sweaty.
And it's like, I love that again, that emergence where you're not sure what to expect.
I'm just doing a quick sweep now for. But they're the ones that we've definitely been seeing come through the most. As always, it's about fighting and cosmetics.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
That's the 2 pillars of Sea of Thieves.
We could keep going all day. Honestly, I've got pages of them, so those are the top ones.
Well, absolutely. I guess if that is all the questions we have there, it's probably about time to wrap up because we have lots still to come over this weekend. We've got more to share with everyone, but. First of all, I just want to obviously say thank you to everyone for tuning in, and thanks to everyone
what a W
who put this stream together and who joined us on the stream today. But also a massive thank you to the team again. I know it was reiterated there, but this has really been a passion project for the team, and they really want to put an amazing experience out for you,
the breathing
players.
Again, it's back. When they were in topic, I was lasered in. The breathing is back.
The crazy thing about it is we've announced it so close to when it's actually coming out. It's out on Tuesday. It's literally only a few days away. So it's super exciting. You're getting to see it now, and you really don't have long to wait.
How many sleeps, John? How many sleeps?
4 sleeps.
4 sleeps.
4 sleeps. 4 sleeps. our two prime ministers. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you all out on the waves on Tuesday, the 22nd of November, when the season 8 will be launching, and hopefully there's somebody there to carry me and help me on my wee duo sloop, or my Fenton brig. My Fenton brig there. Yeah. But thank you again to everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you all on Tuesday. Thank you.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Dang, dude. What a W update, man. Sea of Thieves, way to go. How do I unpack what I'm most excited about? I think the coolest thing for me is the PvP on demand, obviously. Going below Reaper's Lair, are you kidding me? The fact that Flameheart won, this is just such a W all around. Like, there is no way to spin this that we did not get a W as part of the PvP community. Like, it is, oh my God, and it's integrated right into Adventure. There's bounds. Honestly, there's not going to be any running anymore. If you want to get into a fight, you can literally get into a fight when you want, dude. And you matchmake, you dive below the waves if you want to, or you can just stack, and you can... Like, part of the thing that we used to do was stack to get content, right? You put up a Reaper 5 and hope someone would come. And then sometimes they wouldn't come for hours. And then they would come, and they're the sweatiest crew. But this is going to force the PvE players, the Alliance server stackers, to do this if they want those cosmetics. They are going to have to participate in PvP to get the cosmetics. They can't cheese an entire server anymore. It's genius on so many levels. This update is going to change Sea of Thieves, and it changed it for me. I am very, very hopeful for the future of Sea of Thieves now. And I was, honestly, this past season, I lost steam on it, man. I lost steam on it again, and it's the second time it's happened to me. But this update, dude, absolute W. Sea of Thieves, really, really well done. And you will see me on the seas. I played a little bit this week for the first time in like over a month. I was playing Sea of Thieves. This has got me, I don't even have words. Beyond excited, exhilarated, really, really well done. Absolute W. Regardless, even if Pendragon had won, this season would have been insane, right? Just really good. Really good. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, as always, stay sneaky, my friends.